Well, hello there, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 24th of 2022. Hopefully, whatever I name this video isn't too shocking, but hopefully we're not on the verge of World War III. You know, as you probably know, I'm sure you all know by now, Russia has invaded the country of Ukraine. There was no reason for them to do this, and part of the reason, I think, deals with energy and oil. And this country will be impacted. You've already seen it. Maybe I haven't been out of the house today, so I haven't been by gas stations, but I know the price of oil, it hit $100, I think it was last night, and it was like, I think when I checked earlier, it was like 97, 98, something like that. So that's gone up. Combined with the stock market had dropped. Oh, it was in the red quite a bit. Crypto has dropped, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so anyway, feel free to subscribe, like the videos, comment, share them, etc., etc., etc. We're all in this world together, and we got to do our part to make this a better world. Okay, war is never good. Innocent people always die in war. Okay, and for many Americans, up until 9/11, most Americans, I won't say most, because a lot of Americans have never experienced war. Okay, as you call them, the silent generation, World War II. They did. Most of them are passed away now. You had the Vietnam conflict. After Vietnam was over in 1975-ish, I was in the country of Panama in 1989. December 20th, 1989, Operation Just Cause kicked off. That was, on that date, that was the largest military operation since the Vietnam War. When it ended in 1975. So the missus and I were both in Panama. We both heard bombs exploding, etc., etc., etc. Saw the damage, saw the destruction. A lot of people died in that country too while I was there. Okay. So with what's going on now with Russia going into Ukraine, China is siding with Russia. Europe and the United States and etc., etc. are sticking together. I'm not a political guy. I'm not a military strategist guy, nothing like that. I'm just mazske, okay? All I do is share stories based on my experiences and what I've read and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if you're an investor, realize this is impacting you. The stock market is dropping, as I said. But if you're an investor, don't sell. Don't pull your money out. It's already dropped. Yes, it may drop more, but try to ride it out. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I have done, because I've done this after 9/11, after the dot-com crash, after 9/11, after various recessions and whatnot. I've just ridden it out. And there was times where maybe I should have sold. maybe. But if I did, what would I do with my money? If I sold it, I only had a little bit of money back then when I was first starting out, especially. Excuse me, I'm a little congested this morning. I think allergies or something. So anyway, and if you're in crypto, learn from this, because I've heard, I don't know how long I've been hearing this for. Crypto is the safe haven. It's not regulated. It's a safe way to put your money. The government's not sticking their hand in there. It's a hedge against inflation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, why is crypto dropping so much? Because it's connected with the stock market. It's all tied together. Okay, so anyway, but if you have real estate, this could impact real estate. Who knows? We'll see what all happens. And the reason I'll say it could impact real estate, because right now with Russia invading Ukraine, as bad as that is, what if other militaries join in? What if Russia crosses the line where the United States military joins in? What if NATO forces or European countries join in? Then what happens? What happens in this country? We've experienced numerous terrorist attacks already in this country, both domestic terrorism by Americans and terrorism from folks in other countries. The United States is not untouchable. Back in World War II, back in Vietnam, back in those time periods, the United States was more untouchable because it wasn't as easy to travel. But now, look at the airports. People come and go constantly. Look at the borders. People are coming and going constantly. People are getting into this country. People are going out of this country. Okay, so we are not insulated anymore. All right, so be aware of that. Be aware of that. And as I always say in most of my videos, stay safe in all you do. Okay, stay safe in all you do. Don't get aggressive. Don't be mean to others. Don't be bad to others. But protect yourself and your loved ones. And do start investing, okay? Because that's how you protect yourself too, and your families. Because as time goes on, I used to going back 20, 30 years ago, I used to call it the Mad Max world. Remember the Mad Max movies? I'd say if the world ever goes to the Mad Max, it doesn't matter what we do. You know, if we're rich, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay, because we're at Mad Max. But if we don't go to Mad Max, which hopefully we never do in my lifetime at least, and the lifetime of my kids, et cetera, et cetera. But if we don't go to the Mad Max world, then, well, we need to invest so we can take care of ourselves, all right? You cannot trust the government. So many Americans, they want those handouts. They want the money. So many older Americans want the Social Security because we pay into Social Security, okay? And it was told to us that we could expect Social Security, but it's going to get cut because things are going to get cut worse than they are, all right? Pension systems, some of them are starting to fail, okay? So if you have pension, you know, you don't 100% count on your pension. Have other investments to supplement it because you just don't know about that pension, okay? So anyway, with that being said, an update on me. Let's see. I've told you everything I think. I closed on one house up in the Windy City. I got a big bill pending for a house down in Birmingham. And I got pictures in yesterday, and it's like, it's a shame. It's a shame. Why are people like this? I had a nice house there. I renovated that thing a couple years ago, and it was a nice house. And it's just a shame what they do. You know, the damage that some people do. So anyway, that house will get repaired once again, and I will put it on the market. And I'm trying to sell it. I don't want to sell it to an investor. I want to sell it to a homeowner. Okay, hopefully it'll be a homeowner that will take care of the property and let it be the property that it should be. All right. So anyway, I've had more issues with some properties up in Indiana, little things. So it's constant. You know, there's always something in it. I don't quite understand. I know it's as my houses get renovated, these repairs should die down. Because I've owned property in 3 states, and my property in Virginia, I spent buku bucks repairing my triplex. But for the most part, I did not have things breaking constantly. In Alabama, as bad as this house is right now, I don't have things breaking constantly. But in Indiana, I think it's the houses I bought from that one individual. Things are constantly happening to them. It's nickel and diming me to death. Okay, because I pay pushing $9,000 a month in mortgages, and more beyond that in taxes and insurance that are not in escrow accounts that I got to pay. And my rents for February, my rents are below what I pay out, and that's not good. But I do have oil income coming in, so that helps. But the oil revenue was reduced a little bit this month too. But I got reserves, shall we say, savings, and I'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. But the reason I'm saying that is if you're new into real estate, as Michael Zuber always says, real estate will try you. All right, it will try you, and you gotta have reserves. All right, you just got to, because things will happen. So don't get too aggressive. Some folks might say I'm aggressive, but I may look aggressive to a non-investor, but I'm really not. I'm slightly aggressive, but I try to be careful too. And I try to diversify a bit to help out when one asset class or such is fluctuating a little bit. So anyway, so I think I'll probably title this something like, Are We on the Verge of World War III? Because I really hope with what's happening, it stops. But Russia is not doing this just on a whim. This has been planned out. They know what they're doing. They're moving into Ukraine, and they know what they're doing. And China is backing them. They may not support it, but they're backing them. They're sticking with them. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how this plays out. Hopefully the United States doesn't get pulled into a world war. Because if Europe gets pulled in, the United States will probably get pulled in, and that will impact many American families. Because how many Americans have loved ones in the armed services? My 2 boys are both in the Coast Guard. Coast Guard is global. I think both of my boys have been off the coast of China. They're usually accompanied with a Navy ship with big guns because tensions are tight with China. You don't always hear about that in the mainstream news, but tensions are tight with China. Have been for a long time. Going back to when I was a kid. Same with Russia. Things are tight with Russia. So anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully, I know I've rambled a bit in this video, but hopefully you've got something out of it. If nothing else, use this as that motivation to start investing in some fashion. All right, good enough. I got some stuff I'm dealing with down here. I called the city this morning about an issue. It's on the other side of the canal, but it needs to be taken care of ASAP. So anyway, what else? I guess that'll be it for now. I'm getting hungry. It's almost lunchtime. So have a great day. Don't worry about anything. Don't stress about anything. If I do title this, Are We on the Verge of World War III? Hopefully it never comes to pass. All right? Good enough. Stay safe in all you do. Mazske is signing out.